I'm Gabe, and I have the honor to introduce to you all Carolin Basilowski, the secret force coordinating this whole thing. She has a degree in economics. She's a co-organizer of the AI Safety Europe retreat. She is also the main organizer of the EA unconferences since 2019. Thank you very much for that. She's also the Equal Opportunity Officer for the EA Germany. And, of course, she's the team lead for this event. Let's have a rumbling round of applause for that. Carolin Basilowski.
Another welcome from me to EAGxBerlin 2023. It's really a pleasure to have all of you here. Together with my amazing team, I'm really excited to welcome over 680 guests from more than 17 countries this year. Behind the scenes, this is something to applaud for. Behind the scenes, we have prepared this event during the past 4 months, and we're really happy to see everything coming together. We all decided to spend this weekend with people who share the vision of making the world a better place by using evidence and reason. This conference is to find out how we can do the most good together. For some, this is through donations. For others, it is through their career or projects they decide to take on. I encourage you to be bold and adapt the conference to your needs. Let's say you need input on a project idea that you have, but you do not want to waste anybody's time, and you're hesitant to reach out to the relevant people on Swapcard. I know that it can be scary, but in the worst case, the person is busy and will just decline your request. But in the best case, you get the opportunity to have the conversation that brings you forward. Just as a reminder, usually at EA conferences, attendees report to have gotten the most out of one-on-ones. So if you haven't already, consider contacting people on Swapcard to schedule conversations with them. At the same time, there's no need to overdo it. Be mindful of your energy levels and take regular breaks as well. For example, by going for walks or taking a nap in the nap rooms. Remember that most talks in the 2 main halls, Humboldt and Kleist, will be recorded, so you can still watch some of the content later. I also encourage you to be bold by asking the questions you might have. Nobody is expected to know everything, and people are happy to explain things. Ask your questions and enjoy the productive conversations that you might have. I also encourage you to be welcoming. EA spaces can be intimidating, so let's be considerate of one another. I still remember my first EAGx in 2019, and I was so confused by all the terms I had never heard before. So I invite you to be a jargon catcher at this conference. Whenever someone is using a term that not everyone in the conversation might know, you can clarify it. Now, I would like to get to know you better. Please raise your hand if you're part of a local EA group. Wow, yeah, that's quite a lot. Great. Now, who of you is based in Germany? I'm curious. Wow, that's also a lot. Who of you is based in Europe? Yeah, I know, they are part of the first group, yes. Who's based outside of Europe? Yeah, thank you for traveling all this far. Right. How long have you traveled to get to this conference? Let's say you have traveled less than 1 hour. Please raise your hand. Okay, you're the lucky ones. Who has traveled up to 4 hours? And more than 4 hours? More than 6 hours? More than 8 hours? Okay, thank you for coming all the way. Now, who's volunteering at this conference? Quite a lot of volunteers are right now also on shift. So in total, we have more than 75 volunteers at this weekend. And yeah, thank you so much for helping us run the event. Now, please raise your hand if you have been to an EA conference before. That's many people. Now, if you haven't raised your hand, so to all first-timers, a special welcome to you. Thank you that you made it. It's great. If you haven't already attended the first-timer session, I highly recommend attending the second edition tomorrow that is run by my team member, Ishana. It will give you some crucial information that will help you navigate the conference, and you will also have the opportunity to ask all of your questions there. Now, a last question for you. Who of you is a member of the EAGxBerlin Association? I see some confused faces. Luckily, we have the directors of EAGxBerlin with us today, and they will share with us what this association looks like and what its organizational structure is. Please give a hand to Sarah Tegeler and Patrick Gruban. I'm really glad you're here. Yeah, could you tell me a bit more about EAGxBerlin?
Of course. Can you hear me? Yeah. Hi, it's very good to see all of you. So EAGxBerlin is an association with just over 100 members at the moment. Our members elect a board yearly, and we currently have 6 board members. I think some of them might be here, I hope. And our board supervises us, the team. Patrick and I are on the team, but there's also 3 more team members, so we have 5 people in total. But we also work with quite a few volunteers and contractors at the moment, and I think many of them are here.
Could you tell me a bit more about the role that Germany plays in the EA community?
Yeah, of course. So effective altruism started in the UK. And most of the people who are interested in effective altruism are based in the US. But in the last EA survey from last year, almost 10% of respondents are actually based in Germany. It was 9.9 or something like this. And this is pretty great. That makes us the 3rd largest national community, which is pretty exciting. Yes. So in Germany, we have 27 local groups. And I think many of those are here right now. And all of us are in the biggest hub within Germany right now, which is Berlin.
Yeah, and we also support everybody in Germany, but also people from Germany abroad. So as EAGxBerlin, we also have quite a few programs that we run. So for example, we support the local community builders. We're just coming back from a community builder retreat we had last days with over 25 people there. We also have a German-speaking website where we have more and more contents coming in German translations. We have a monthly newsletter in German and soon also in English. You can find the QR codes around the contents venue as the main communication platform where you can find things. But we also offer twice a year an introductory program into effective altruism. Last time we had over 100 people applying to that. We offer a career advice. If you get a grant, we can employ you through our employer of record program. And since a couple of months ago, we also have the first community health contact person in Germany to also make sure that we have a good support structure and preventive measures. And we also applied for funding for this conference and got that, and we're lucky to hire this great team with Carolin and the others doing such a great job. Thank you very much.
And generally, if you are part of the German EA community, we are always very, very happy to receive membership applications. So in case you're interested in that, check our website and apply. We'd be very happy to see that.
Now, that sounds great. There's so many projects happening apparently in the EA Germany space. So we should have more of this, right?
Yeah, totally agree. I think we should, I mean, we over half of the people in the German EA community are students, but we have more and more organizations actually also starting up. So for example, Power for Democracies just started as a new charity evaluator for democracies. We have Apollo Research based in London, but started by several people from Germany. We would like to see more of this happening. And that is why we also try to get people together to try out things and have more and more projects, because in a project you can also try your fit with somebody else, try your fit for something. So what we will have on Sunday at 11 o'clock here is a project fair with many projects. I think over 20 different projects will present themselves, and you can actually volunteer there. You can collaborate with people and actually get into new things. So check that out Sunday from 11 in the Tesla foyer.
Thanks. So you just mentioned the project fair, but there's also the opportunity fair happening tonight. What's the difference there?
Yeah, that's true. So tonight we'll have the opportunity fair, and this is a good opportunity for you to find out more about established organizations within the EA space. So in case you are looking for a job opportunity, you might be able to find it there. You might generally learn more about these organizations there. And for the, now I don't have to say the wrong word, for the project fair, that is rather for volunteering opportunities. So if you are currently in your studies or a job that you don't want to switch away from, then you can find volunteer opportunities there where you can try out new skills, maybe learn a little more about a specific course area.
Great. Now, I have a more personal question for you, Sarah. What was your way to, your path to effective altruism?
Okay, large question. So I studied arts management. As some of you might know, not a subject that is heavily represented within the EA community. And during my studies, I decided that with my career, I want to help others. And so after my studies, I started to work in a foundation. It was an arts foundation, and we were funding arts projects, which was fun, but I realized in the world we have larger problems, and I really want to help solve them. And so I started to work at another foundation that was funding social projects. That organization was funding social projects in Germany, and I thought that was pretty exciting. And then someone told me about effective altruism. And I realized, again, there are larger problems, they are global, and I want to help solve them, but I did not really know how to do that. With my background, with my skills, I didn't really know where to fit in. But well, people in the community encouraged me to revive the local group in Hamburg, which is where I was based back then and where I'm still based. And I was a little unsure at the start, but I thought, okay, if people encourage me to do that, let's go for it, I will give it a try. And I did. And to my surprise, people actually showed up to meetings, very nice, and people were actually really excited about things and did things and really made changes and thought deeply about problems and how to solve them, which, yeah, makes me quite happy. And well, that worked out quite well, and then last year I started to co-lead Effective Altruism Germany together with Patrick. So that was my path. Thank you. And with that path, within that path, I learned quite a few things, and I would like to share 2 of those with you right now, because I think they might be important to some of you. The first thing, I think you are really good at this already, but it took me a while to really understand where large problems are. I started with arts in Germany and went to EAGxBerlin in the end, and this is probably not the end, because there will be many other opportunities in the future, probably. So it was hard for me to really get this overview of where are the problems, the global ones, and how can I help solve them. And I think it is hard and will be hard in the future, but us as a community, I want to encourage ourselves that we really do look deeply and find these solutions and really want to help impartially. And if we do that, I think that would be really cool. And the second thing that I want to share is that it took me a while to really find a space in effective altruism, because people had different backgrounds than me, different skills, and I didn't really know where to fit in. But right now I do, and I think maybe some of you are in a similar position right now, and I want to encourage you to really find that space for you, because very likely there is one, and this conference might be a great place for you to get closer to that. So do approach other people with similar interests, with similar backgrounds, and I think during that, you will get closer to finding your space and hopefully also have a good time.
Thank you, Sarah. Now, Patrick, I'm curious, what was your path?
So for me, 11 years ago, I started a company together with my wife out of animal welfare concerns. So we were thinking about how sheep are treated in the wool business, and we thought, oh, we should do something there. We should provide higher animal welfare knitting yarn. This is a niche. And yeah, we started the company. It worked well. We thought, oh, we're doing all this impact together with having a well-run company. And then in 2015, I was in New York and read an article and heard about effective altruism. And I was like, oh, this is really interesting way to think about the world. And actually, if we donate just a little bit of our profits, we will do so much more good for animals. So step by step, I got more into donating. I joined my local group in Munich the year after. But in the beginning, it was like, oh, I'm much older than the people there. I never went to university. Everybody has studied. Everybody is really so intelligent and deeply into problems. I will just continue donating. That will be my role. But then as COVID hit and I had the time to actually join an online discussion group and got deeper and deeper into the thoughts of active altruism, I saw, oh, there might actually be the opportunity for me to contribute with my career. And I got so much into that I thought, okay, in addition to making a lot of money to donate that, I have to change my career, and I also have to go vegan and basically completely change my lifestyle. And that led to completely overwhelm and into depression. So I had to seek therapy. I had to find my way out of that first, and then in the second step, I had to really prioritize. I really had to see, okay, my mind space only can handle so much at the same time, and if I can choose between these things, then changing my career will, in expectation, have the highest value there. So that's what I concentrated on, and I was very happy last year to have been chosen as the co-director of EAGxBerlin, and now I'm actually able to give my experience, but also the experience of all the community to other people in our career advice program. And it's very fulfilling, and I also invite you to perhaps not book everyone book one-on-ones with me at the conference because I'm pretty booked out, but I would love to talk to you also during the next weeks online because like so many people would have the opportunity to contribute with careers, and that's something where I would like to help you prioritize the next step.
Thank you so much, Sarah and Patrick. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. That's, yeah. The next people I would like to introduce to you are our community health contact people at this conference. We want to create a safer space at EA Germany events, and they help us with that. A warm welcome to Emil Iftika and Milena Kanzler. Could you tell us a bit about your role at this conference?
Yes.
Or who you are?
Can everyone hear me well? Yep, wonderful, okay. So I am one of the 2 people on the awareness team, well, one of the 4 people on the awareness team. My name is Mila, and this is Emil here next to me. And you can reach out to us if you have any feeling of overwhelm, if you think you might be about to experience a panic attack, if you have any type of emotional distress, if you think someone has crossed your boundary, or you think you've just had too much and you don't really know how to process all of this, because it's a lot. Yep, this is a lot too, by the way, standing up here. And please reach out to us, have a low bar for reaching out, because we'd rather speak to you before something gets really dire and hard to deal with. You can, wait. Yeah, we will keep everything that you bring to us confidential unless you want us to speak to someone else about it. And Emil and I both speak German and, as you can witness, English. And now, after I introduce myself, I'll pass over to Emil. So I work for EA Germany. I am community health contact for EA Germany as well. So if you're in Germany, you can reach me after the conference for any of these things as well. I have training in mental health first aid, and yeah, that's what I want to say about myself. Over to Emil.
Okay. I'm Emil. Since recently, I'm the, Vice Equal Opportunity Officer of EA Germany. Yeah, so Milena already said the most important things, but how do you reach out to us? You will see a lot of posters hanging around, and also in the guidebook you will see our numbers, but you could also write to us on Swapcard. If for some reason you do not want to reach out to us, or if for some reason we are not available, we also have backup people, so Chrissy and Luth are also part of the team. If you want to contact them, you can ask the volunteers and they'll manage that. And I think the last thing I would really want to stress is that if you feel that you might need us, don't doubt yourself and reach out, especially if you're a person that's prone to doubt yourself in terms of needing support or not. So really low threshold there. Yeah, I hope we won't be needed at all and everything goes fine, but indeed, if something happens, we're there.
Thank you very much, Emil and Mila, for making this conference more welcoming and inclusive. I am just going to share some final words. Let's dive into this weekend with a commitment to collaborative truth-seeking, kindness, and curiosity. I invite you to engage in discussions that challenge your beliefs and enable you to have a meaningful impact. Thank you very much for being here.